Hey everybody, Dan Wickline. I'm back, and where I promised I was going to get together a Spider-Man video, I wanted to go ahead and jump in with this. A lot of people have been talking about the Fantastic Four of late. The fact that Kevin Feige dream dropped him at San Diego Con, and even though we only have Phase 4 up on the board, nobody really knows when we're going to get the Fantastic Four. But knowing Kevin Feige, he's going to really want to get them out there. But I want you guys to take a moment and think about this. The Fantastic Four is a backbone of the Marvel Universe. And while they've had a mediocre set of movies and a horrific movie, and I don't think anybody's going to come at me about calling the last one horrific. Maybe the director, but that's another story. I think that there is a perfect place to introduce the Fantastic Four, and it's not necessarily in their own movie, and no, it's not in Doctor Strange, the multiverse of madness. Besides the fact that the Doctor Strange movie is horror themed, and that doesn't fit the Fantastic Four, there's a bigger thing going on. If you look at the list again, you will see that November 2021 is the release of Thor: Love and Thunder. And while I don't think the Fantastic Four will play a big part in the movie, that is where I think they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four. It might be in a post-credit scene. It might only be in passing or a hint at them. Well, I think it'll be more than a hint. And the reason I think that is that November 2021 will be the 60th anniversary of the release of Fantastic Four #1. I cannot see Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios passing up that opportunity to introduce the Fantastic Four exactly 60 years from the time that the team was first introduced. Fantastic Four #1, of course, came out in November of 1961 from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and that's pretty much the start of the Marvel Age of Comics. I mean, that's the watershed moment. That's the birth of everything that is Marvel. You had some characters before that. You had Namor, you had the Android Torch, you had Captain America, you had a handful of characters, but none of them were that popular to the sense that all of them had faded away. Here you have the quintessential super team that made the Marvel Universe what it is, or started it. The foundation. And you can't pass up the 60th anniversary like that. The fact that we've not seen the rest of the list makes me think that we're going to get the first appearance of the Fantastic Four in Thor: Love and Thunder. Again, if they do it, I think it'll be something where they pop up in the background. They're a post-credit scene. They're somehow tied into the story. Maybe it has to tie in with a Jane Foster story. I don't know. I'm not actually familiar with the Jane Foster run in the comics, so maybe there's a tie-in that somebody else can come up with and can tell me about in the credits below. But overall, I can't see Marvel passing up the opportunity to introduce the Fantastic Four in the Thor movie, especially with how popular the Thor movie is going to be. Ragnarok did very well, and I think it's going to get a lot of hype having Taika Waititi, I'm probably slaughtering his name, and if it is, I am so sorry, coming back to direct it, having Hemsworth back in the more humorous version of Thor. So introducing the Fantastic Four at that point makes a lot of sense. So if you're looking as a date of when you might see the Fantastic Four, I'd circle that on the calendar. Beginning November 2021, 60 years from the birth of the Fantastic Four and the birth of the Marvel Universe. So as for the other movies, we're going to pretend that the more recent one didn't ever exist, and we'll just consider the first two as a misstep, right? And hope that Marvel can do their magic as they did with Spider-Man and they've done with all their other characters. So keep looking at that, and we'll see if I'm right. Again, I'll be back soon with the Spider-Man video, and I will see you all later. Take care.